So I'd like to call the public hearing of the Wheaton Park District Board of Commissioners to order. Mike, take the roll, please.
Commissioner Walker.
Here.
Commissioner Vyers.
Here.
Commissioner Pacharich.
Here.
Commissioner Mee.
Here.
Commissioner Barrett.
Here.
President Kelly.
Here. Mike, do you want to take this?
Certainly. So the purpose of today's public hearing is concerning the intent of the Wheaton Park District Board of Commissioners to adopt a budget and appropriation ordinance for the period beginning January 1, 2025 and ending December 31, 2025. Last month's board meeting, the board accepted the proposed budget and appropriation and related reports for the 2025 fiscal year and place that on 30-day public inspection as required by state law. The draft ordinance of the budget and appropriation therefore has been on public display since that time. Across the 13 funds that comprise the Park District's total operating budget, the budgeted funds in total are $56,432,018. The appropriated funds in total are $67,718,422. It would be appropriate at this time of the public hearing to seek any public comment related to the budget and appropriation and ordinance draft.
Nobody? Okay.
There being no public comment, I would now open the floor up for commissioner comment, if any. And before we go any further, the budget and appropriation ordinance itself, along with the tax levy and a single tax abatement issue that we have on an annual basis, will be on the agenda of the December Park District Board meeting for the board's consideration. Any comments from the board?
I just want to thank Mike and the staff and Sandra. You know, it's a large undertaking every year, so I've seen this quite a few times. So I know that there's a lot of work that goes into it, so thank you.
Anybody else? Nope. So now, motion.
Okay, that we would seek a motion to adjourn the public hearing.
So moved. Next second. Barrett.
A motion by Vyers and a second by me. Mike, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Welker?
Yes.
Commissioner Vyers?
Yes.
Commissioner Pacharich?
Yes.
Commissioner Mee?
Yes.
Commissioner Barrett?
Yes.
President Kelly?
Yes. All right, now I'd like to call to order the November 20th meeting of the Wheaton Park District Board of Commissioners. Mike, please take the roll.
Commissioner Welker? Commissioner Vyers?
Here.
Commissioner Pacharich?
Here.
Commissioner Mee?
Here.
Commissioner Barrett?
Here.
President Kelly?
Here. Mike, presentations?
Yes, we do have a presentation today. We have Caitlin Lizick, who is our annual giving and special events manager for our foundation operations. And Caitlin has a presentation related to some upcoming special events. Caitlin?
Sure. Can everyone hear me? I feel like this is low. So first, happy holidays, everybody. We're moving into my favorite season of the year.
Same to you.
On behalf of the Wheaton Park District's marketing and events team, I'd like to share some updates with you on how we're wrapping up 2024 and gearing up for 2025. All three of our foundations are getting ready for their year-end fundraising efforts, including Giving Tuesday on December 3rd. The Cosley Foundation has had an incredibly successful year, celebrating the zoo's 50th anniversary through all of our events, including our first ever gala. We will continue celebrating the zoo's 50th anniversary while honoring Sue Walgren's retirement throughout our year-end fundraising initiatives. The Play for All Playground and Garden Foundation is celebrating their 10th anniversary of inclusive play. And I might be stealing some thunder, but our newest amenity, the 5 to 12-year-old playground, which just opened last Friday. We are exceptionally proud to share that we've reached our annual $50,000 matching goal, generating over $100,000 total towards inclusive play. Lastly, the DuPage County Historical Museum just hosted an Evening with Jeffrey Baer on November 7th, a sold-out event at the museum hosting over 100 people. This event was a great way to introduce some new faces to the museum. The special events team and the Wheaton Lions charities are running their way into winter with their annual Reindeer Run 5K taking place on December 7th. A portion of the proceeds will support the DuPage County Historical Museum. Oh, I brought a prop with me.
How about it?
Check out their awesome run shirts this year.
Very nice. Very nice.
The rest of 2024 is truly bright, with the Cosley Zoo Festival of Lights and Christmas tree sales beginning on November 29th. In the Park District and City of Wheaton's partnership for Light Up Wheaton holiday decorating contest for residents underway. We're kicking off the new year with our biannual Mad for Plaid mini golf event, hosted in partnership with the Wheaton Public Library on Friday, January 17th. The library will transform into an 18-hole mini golf course with appetizers and bars on each floor. I hope you'll join us for this unforgettable event. We will also be bringing Casino Night back to the DuPage County Historical Museum. Stay tuned for our super awesome theme for 2025. The special events team is also gearing up for another full year of events in 2025, including our signature events, Superhero Fun Run, Cream of Wheaton, the Memorial Park Concert Series, and Hoptoberfest. We're excited to see you all at these events in 2025. Thank you all for your continued support of the Wheaton Park District, our events, and our foundations. I wish you all a happy holiday season.
Thank you.
Good work.
I try. Thank you.
Thanks, Caitlin.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Any questions or comments?
No, there's a lot of work, and, a lot of us attend most, if not all, the events, so it'll be fun again, so.
Thank you all.
Caitlin, just a quick, how long have you been in with the Park District now?
About a year and a half. I started last May.
Yeah, I thought so. You've done an excellent job. You act like you've been here for a long time, and that says a lot. And as a former event and meeting coordinator, I know how much work goes into planning all of these events, the details that people don't think about. And you have done an exceptional job with the rest of your team. So really, kudos to you. You should be proud of the work that you do. We are.
Thank you very much.
I had one other question. When does registration close for the Reindeer Run?
Thursday morning.
Thank you.
Race day morning.
Anybody else? All right, thank you.
See you out there.
All right, community input. We didn't have anybody here before, so we probably still don't. Move on to the consent agenda. I need a motion.
I would move to approve the consent agenda as identified in our agenda, with the exception of a change in H, which I'll identify as we get to that item. Starting with A, approval of the disbursements totaling $1,346,430.30 for the period beginning October 16, 2024, and ending November 12, 2024. B, approval of the board meeting minutes of October 23, 2024. C, approval of the local government efficiency committee meeting minutes of November 6, 2024. D, approval of the subcommittee meeting minutes of November 6, 2024. E, approval to appoint Michael Bernard as delegate to the Illinois Association of Park Districts annual meeting on January 25, 2025. F, approval of the quote for apparel purchase for basketball program from BSN Sports in the amount of $25,357.50. G, approval of amended subcommittee meeting schedule for the Wheaton Park District Board of Commissioners. And finally, H, with the exception of the 2024 closed session minutes, I would move to approve the closed session meeting minutes for those in 2023.
Second.
So the motion by me and a second by Barrett. Anybody have any comments? Mike, take the roll, please.
Commissioner Welker? Yes. Commissioner Vyers? Yes. Commissioner Pacharich?
Yes.
Commissioner Me?
Yes.
Commissioner Barrett?
Yes.
President Kelly?
Yes. There's no unfinished business, so we'll move on to new business. Item number 1 is employee insurance benefits for 2025.
I would move to approve items A through D as identified, starting with A, the Blue Cross Blue Shield Employee HMO and PPO Health Insurance Program. B, the Blue Cross Blue Shield Dental PPO Plan. C, the Dearborn National Vision Plan Group Term Life, AD&D, and Voluntary Life. And finally, D, the ComPsych Employee Assistance Program at a cost of approximately $2,258,513.16, not including the employee contributions toward healthcare and vision for the 2025 plan year.
Second.
So a motion by me and a second by Viers. Anybody have any questions or comments? Nope. Mike, take the roll, please.
Commissioner Viers?
Yes.
Commissioner Pacharich?
Yes.
Commissioner Me?
Yes.
Commissioner Barrett?
Yes.
Commissioner Welker?
Yes.
President Kelly?
Yes. New business item number 2 is setting employee contribution rates for 2025.
I'll move to approve employee contribution rates of 5% of premium costs for HMO coverage and 15% of premium costs for PPO coverage for 2025.
Second.
So I did a motion by Viers and a second by Barrett. Anybody have any questions or comments? These are the same contribution rates that we've been using for the past few years, correct?
That's correct.
All right. Mike, take the roll, please.
Commissioner Pacharich?
Yes.
Commissioner Me?
Yes.
Commissioner Barrett?
Yes.
Commissioner Welker?
Yes.
Commissioner Viers?
Yes.
President Kelly?
Yes. New business item number 3, ordinance 2024-12, a disposal ordinance.
Motion to adopt ordinance 2024-12, approving the disposal and sale of personal property owned by the Wheaton Park District.
Second.
I didn't hear who got that. Viers. Oh, sorry. A motion by Barrett and a second by Viers. And anybody have any questions or comments? No. Mike, basically, this is how we dispose of unused. A lot of it goes to auction and.
Correct. This is basically where we're taking out the trash. However, in some cases where there may be some value to somebody else for a piece of equipment or something along those lines, we do undertake an auction process. Things like our outdated computers or whatnot are recycled.
All right. That's an ordinance. Take the roll, please.
Commissioner Me?
Yes.
Commissioner Barrett?
Yes.
Commissioner Welker?
Yes.
Commissioner Viers?
Yes.
Commissioner Pacharich?
Yes.
President Kelly?
Yes. New business item number 4 is the Rice and Northside pool fees for 2025.
I move to approve the 2025 fee proposal for pool memberships and daily fees as presented. Season, individual resident, $125, non-resident, $179. Season, each additional family member resident, $65, non-resident, $89. Season, senior individual, 60 and older, resident, $110, non-resident, $157. Season, senior couple, 60 and older, resident, $153, non-resident, $218. Daily adult, resident, $12 for Rice Pool, resident, $11.50 for Northside. Daily adult, non-resident, $16 for Rice Pool, non-resident, Northside, $15.50. Daily child to 17 years and senior 60 and older, resident, $9.50 for Rice Pool, resident, $9 Northside. Daily child to 17 and senior 60 and up, non-resident $12.50 for Rice Pool, $12 for Northside. A 6-visit guest booklet, $72. 20-visit guest booklet, $240.
Second.
So I had a motion by Pacharich and a second by Barrett. Anybody have any questions or comments? It is worthwhile noting that these are a slight increase over last year.
Yeah, it is a slight increase over last year. However, within our report that's included in the board packet, we do indicate that we are still placed, we believe, very well situated within the marketplace in our peer park districts in the geographic region, especially considering, and I'll put a plug in for it right now, on Black Friday, we begin our preseason pool pass sale, where deep discounts for memberships can be obtained.
All right. Mike, take the roll, please.
Commissioner Barrett?
Yes.
Commissioner Welker?
Yes.
Commissioner Viers?
Yes.
Commissioner Pacharich?
Yes.
Commissioner Me?
Yes.
President Kelly?
Yes. New business item number 5, 2025 Cosley Zoo fees.
Move to approve increasing the zoo access fees for non-resident adults by $2 or $12 per visit and $1 or $10 per visit for non-resident senior citizens beginning January 1, 2025.
Second.
Motion by me and a second by Barrett. Anybody questions or comments?
Now, Mike, I think we've held very tight to our fees up through this year for a long time, have we not?
You know what, off the top of my head, I think we may have raised fees either last year or the year before $1. But I'm sorry, I can follow up with you on that. It was either 23 or 22, the last
Yeah, it
increase
seemed
we
like
saw.
maybe it was 2 years ago, but in any event, it's still a bargain.
And it's important to note that the zoo is still free for any Wheaton residents and their families. All right, Mike, take the roll, please.
Commissioner Welker?
Yes.
Commissioner Vires?
Yes.
Commissioner Pacharich?
Yes.
Commissioner Me?
Yes.
Commissioner Barrett?
Yes.
President Kelly?
Yes. New business, item number 6, Cowsley Zoo age designation change.
Motion to approve of the proposed changes to the Cosley Zoo access age designations as follows. Children will be defined as up to 11 years old. Adults will be defined as age 12 to 59 years, and senior citizens will be defined as 60 years and older.
Second.
So we had a motion by Barrett, the second was by Linda, was it?
Yes.
By Pacharich. Anybody have any questions or comments? No. Mike, take the roll, please.
Commissioner Vires?
Yes.
Commissioner Pacharich?
Yes.
Commissioner Me?
Yes.
Commissioner Barrett?
Yes.
Commissioner Welker?
Yes.
President Kelly?
Yes. New business, item number 7 is the Cowsley Zoo Fall Carnival Ride contract.
Motion to approve payment to JBR Fundways for carnival ride services at Cosley Zoo in the amount of $44,415.60.
Second.
So a motion by Barrett, a second by Vires. Anybody questions or comments? Mike, do we have 50% of that?
No, we bring in 25% or $14,805.
Mike, we've had JBR Fundways for a long time. They must be doing a good job, huh?
Yeah, they are also the carnival service provider for the Cream of
Cream?
Wheaton.
Yep.
Correct.
Cool.
All right, 44,000. Mike, take the roll, please.
Commissioner Pacharich?
Yes.
Commissioner Me?
Yes.
Commissioner Barrett?
Yes.
Commissioner Welker?
Yes.
Commissioner Vires? President Kelly?
Yes. New business, item number 8, the community center renovation project. It's there's some changes to some change orders. Let me just put it that way.
I move to rescind change order number 6, approved October 23rd, 2024, in the amount of $4,234.42, and approve a new change order number 6, which includes a deductive change order in the amount of $7,500 and voids a prior additive charge order amount of $4,243.42 with Stuckey Construction.
Second.
Second, so we had a motion by Pacharich, second by me. Any questions or comments? This is the final accounting and the final change order on the job. We have a couple things that we're working on that we may issue separate purchase orders for, like we're thinking about changing some of the lockers. There's been people requesting taller lockers, so we may replace a certain number of short lockers with taller lockers, but we're trying to buy those ourselves.
Much needed.
And install them with our own guys. And I think that was the only,
I think that's it.
I think that's the only thing that's still open is resolving the locker thing. We added extra grab bars that some of the patrons had asked for, and that's all been taken care of. So, yeah, we're completely done with that job. And
Towel hooks, got some clocks. We're good.
yep. What, are we still missing towel hooks?
No, we're good. It's
No, we got all that.
completed.
That's what I thought. So,
We even have aromatherapy in the steam rooms.
aromatherapy.
It's fancy.
Very fancy.
All right. So, Mike, take the roll, please.
Commissioner Me?
Yes.
Commissioner Barrett?
Yes.
Commissioner Welker?
Yes.
Commissioner Vires?
Yes.
Commissioner Pacharich?
Yes.
President Kelly?
Yes. New business, item number 9, approving an easement with the sanitary district.
I move to approve the easement agreement for the release of an easement in Lincoln Marsh Forest Reserve and an amendment to a license agreement for temporary access and work activities within Lincoln Marsh Forest Reserve with the Wheaton Sanitary District and the Forest Preserve District of DuPage County.
Second.
So the motion by me and a second by Barrett. And is this a zero-cost easement, Mike?
No, as a matter of fact, this easement, it basically concludes the process with the sanitary district for that north side interceptor. However, it also does call for a refund of, I believe it's somewhere in the vicinity of $140,000 in fees that were paid to the park district for the removal of trees that were determined necessary to be removed at the outset when the easements were first signed. Through the process of final design and ultimate construction, it was determined that those trees did not need to be removed, so the compensation received by the park district will be refunded to the sanitary district via this agreement.
All right. Yeah, we should do a voice vote on that.
Commissioner Barrett?
Yes.
Commissioner Welker?
Yes.
Commissioner Vyers?
Yes.
Commissioner Pacharich? Commissioner Me?
Yes.
President Kelly?
Yes. New business, item number 9, design.
10.
Or I'm sorry, 10. Design contract for the Blanchard Building parking lot renovation.
I'll move to approve the proposal in the amount not to exceed $38,000 from White Engineering for the Blanchard Building parking lot improvements.
Second.
So a motion by Vyers and a second by Barrett. Anybody have any questions or comments?
Just to clarify, it was 38,800?
Yes.
Nope,
Just
38,800.
Oh,
Sorry
what
about
did you say?
38,000, I skipped the $800. I saved us $800.
Discount.
That was
Still
that's a
second.
winner. When did that begin, Mike?
Yeah.
This is design work. The construction of the parking lot will be in spring, as soon as the weather breaks.
Yeah, I understand that. It's just the design work would be started now?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, Mike, take the roll, please.
Commissioner Welker?
Yes.
Commissioner Vyers?
Yes.
Commissioner Pacharich?
Yes.
Commissioner Me?
Yes.
Commissioner Barrett?
Yes.
President Kelly?
Yes. New business, item number 11, change order from Chicagoland Paving.
I move to approve the deductive change order number 1 from Chicagoland Paving for the fall asphalt project in the amount of $10,000.
Motion.
Second.
So a motion by Pachard, second by Vyers?
Me.
Oh, by me. 10,000. We could do a voice vote on that one. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, that passed. And new business item number 12, our portable restroom rental contract for 2025.
I move to reject all bids and direct staff to rebid the work, please.
Second.
A motion by Barrett, second by Pacharich.
Welker.
Okay, so I gotta start looking up to see who's talking. Anybody have any questions or comments?
Will we begin that bid process shortly? Or are we delaying it, or what are we doing?
No, we gotta do it
Immediately.
immediately.
Okay.
We open business Tuesday.
Say it again, Rod.
We're going to open the new bids next Tuesday.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
All right, all in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? And that's it. Let's move on to reports from staff.
Just a couple of notes. Rob and his team, led by Nick Novak, have been working hard to make the 2 sheets of ice at the Central Athletic Complex ready to go. Our goal, weather allowing, is to have the sheets of ice available during Thanksgiving break. It is looking like, with the weather turning on us as we sit here right now, hopefully by the end of next week, we should have ice. So for at least the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of the Thanksgiving break, we should have the ice up and going if Mother Nature cooperates. If we get a we get a real quick cold snap instead of what's projected, we'll be open earlier. So thanks to Rob and especially Nick and his team for all the hard work that goes into providing that amenity on an annual basis, and it's very popular. While we have our events team here today, I know we heard from Caitlin. I do want to acknowledge Carolyn Wilkin, who's with us tonight, who is our special events manager, essentially Caitlin's partner in crime. Caitlin handles the not-for-profit fundraising events, and Carolyn handles the rest of the Park District special events. And Carolyn, in particular, I want to point out, is at the tip of the spear of our summer entertainment series at Memorial Park program, as well as Cream of Wheaton and previously mentioned Reindeer Run, and does a fantastic job for us. So I want to acknowledge her work here today. Thank you. Also, we have with us today, because his report is on the agenda, Max Yoshikawa, who is our aquatics manager, and as you know from the report included in your packet, has done an outstanding job in that capacity in operating both Northside Pool and Rice Pool and Water Park, and Max will be available if there are any questions related to that report here, and Max continues to do a great job as well, and I think you also know, she's not here tonight, but Wendy Russell, who's been with the district now for, 35 years, continues to return on a seasonal basis, on a part-time seasonal basis, to support Max and the operation. She just thankfully, we're very grateful. She's got a hard time letting go of that operation that she served so very long. So we're grateful to Wendy's presence and partnership with Max. That's all I have.
John, did you want to start with the aquatic report, or what do you want to
I
do?
want to make one announcement to the board. In that revised meeting schedule, you'll see that Buildings and Grounds Subcommittee meeting for next month was moved up to December, or moved up to 4:30. The reason for that is Rob and I and Steve were going to meet with Brian Bergen Associates, they're our mechanical engineering consultant. And as we go through the community center and we're spending money on the facelift, we still have 30-something-year-old mechanical systems. And we hired them for a report a couple of years ago, and we want to sit down and talk to them about options. There's different things we can do with these mechanical systems to make them more energy efficient and prolong their life. And so that's going to be at 4:30, and I noticed that meeting up, so if any of you want to come and hear what's going on, you're more than welcome to attend at 4:30. We'll get a copy of the original report out to everybody ahead of time, and that way it's not just me sitting there. If you want to know what's going on and hear directly or ask the engineer questions, 4:30 to 5 is that, and then Rob and I and Steve will be sitting down trying to figure out which of those items we're going to try to get into the budget, so that when we finish the finishes, we've taken care of all our mechanical needs and pushed this at least out another 10 to 15 years on the mechanical side. All right, so that's why that meeting got moved up to 4:30.
Cool.
All right, now I'll take comments on.
Did you want to start with the aquatics report, or no?
Sure.
Max, first I want to recognize you for your having received the Illinois Professional Development Series certificate through IEMA, the Illinois Emergency Management Agency, and Office of Homeland Security. Are you like a secret agent now for the Homeland Security, or no?
It's a safety agent.
Okay, good. Anyway, congrats on that. And just to comment about the report, as usual, another well-done annual staff report. But, though we annually subsidize a small portion of the operating expenses for our pools, we did, come in with an increase in our overall revenue for both pools over in 2024 over 2023. So I guess people still like to use our pools, Mike. Thanks.
Yes, sir.
Anybody else have any questions on the aquatics report? All right, then I'll just open it up to commissioner comment. Angie, anything?
Nothing tonight, thank you.
John?
Just a couple comments. Arrowhead closed at the end of business yesterday, right? And Mike, just south of 70,000 rounds of golf.
Just a squeak under 70,000 rounds, which is
incredible.
a fantastic number.
I've said it before, and as bad as COVID was, it was the best thing that ever happened to golf. It kind of turned around the trajectory on rounds played. They were kind of dwindling, and it seemed like you weren't getting young people involved in golf, and then people are looking for stuff to do outside. That's been a rebirth, and Arrowhead's doing tremendous. And congrats, Dan, and everybody involved at at Arrowhead. I also want to extend my congratulations to John Kelly and Bill Barrett and Angie Welker, who were the 3 candidates who filed before the deadline to be standing for Park District Commissioner in April of next year. So they'll 3 be elected. The only question now is who's the highest vote gatherer, and I'm putting my money on Angie, but we'll see how that goes. So congratulations to y'all. It's a lot of work to go out there and get those signatures and get filed, and then to do the work of being a commissioner, and thank you for your service. So that's all I have.
I just want to say I'm excited that the ice rink is going to be back up and running soon, and I believe that you're not allowed to go skating, right, Rob? Okay.
Rob, you going to make snow this year or not, buddy? Come on, we haven't had much in the last 2 years.
No, I looked at it, it's a tall order to get all that equipment and.
Let's get some machines out there, man. What else you got, Linda?
I'm done.
I just want to mention a couple of things as usual. Pickleball, our indoor open play sessions begin, or already began this past week. And we have a lot of play, Mike, Sundays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays throughout the rest of the year. So
What's pickleball? I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Indoor open play session. Oh, what's pickleball? Funny man, Mike. But yeah, there's still a lot of clamor for more and more and more, but at some point in time, there's got to be a threshold, right? No? I don't know.
We'll see what the public says.
No, we're keeping up with it.
It'd be interesting to see what the new ones, over at Briar Patch Park are like all next summer, because they weren't as busy as I thought they would be in the fall once we finally opened them. So it'd be interesting to see if that picks up now that everybody knows they're open. Otherwise, I'd be able to say we have enough.
With my Parks Plus Fitness membership, I'm constantly, approached about, well, we need more and more and more, and hey, when are we going to do this, and when are we going to do that, and how about, I won't go through all the litany of it, but let's just say that there's a few people that want more and more, but at some point in time, you got to think there's going to be a threshold.
We'll assess over this next summer, but just as by way of, to your point, we do not have the installation of new outdoor pickleball courts in the proposed 2025 capital budget, so we're going to sit on it for
Yeah, I think we
25 and
should.
take a look at how things go.
Let it ride,
Yeah.
see what happens.
We installed a bunch this year. Let's see if they get used.
Clock Tower Commons doesn't get, a lot of play, but at least a lot of mention, but, our revenues were over those of 2023 again for this year, so that's cool. Just want to mention in regard to Parks Plus Fitness, and I already talked about the additions to the steam room, but total number of visits, for this past month, over 7,000. And that's up almost 2,000 from the previous month. So, and because I'm there, about 3 times a week, we constantly are signing up new people, Mike. I'm sure that you know that. And I can't be in there working out without another person or 2 or 3 or 4 coming up to sign up. So something's happening.
Just wait till January.
I know.
It will be a busy place.
Well, I think they've already started in any event. John Byers already mentioned, Arrowhead, but I do want to thank, Dan Novak and Matt Nations, Andrew Ogata, Kim Prazak, Justin Kirtland, and all of our pro shop and golf course, full-time, part-time, and seasonal staff for a great 2024. I mean, with, close to 70,000 rounds, and I played a few of those, including the last day. We did good, and I constantly receive, commendatory notes from people who have never played it before, and now they're coming back. And John, you played it enough, and several of us have played it enough. We know what we offer, and it's a good value. And I don't think I've ever been on a more well-managed course. John, you play a lot more different courses, but I'm certainly satisfied with what we do at Arrowhead.
The staff does a great job there.
That's all right. We did, I want to, we need a shout out to Olivia from our Arrowhead banquet staff. I mean, she got 2 event commendatory notes. One was a wedding, and they're very complimentary of, not only Olivia, but the rest of our staff and what we provided for those events. I'm almost done here. What do we got here? Oh, yeah, I don't want to I don't want to fail to mention, our Cosley Zoo Director, Sue Walgren's retirement event tomorrow. Sue had a great career, and, we couldn't be more proud. And I'll be interested to see who's going to fill her role. So I'm sure that'll be coming up soon, right, Mike?
Yes, sir.
All right.
It's all in hand.
Lastly, as far as Cosley Zoo goes, as of the end of October, our 2024 revenue was up by over 40,000 over the same time frame in 2023. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. So we're doing good. Thank you.
Bill, anything?
All good.
Nope, and nothing for me.
Well, just one
else, Mike?
just one final comment, and a shout out to Vicki Byer, our Director of Recreation, and her team, who are about to be exceedingly busy when we start resident registration on December 3rd. Our new brochure has hit the streets and also hit the internet, as it were. And this book is, as they all are, just chock full of activities for people age cradle to grave, and we look forward to a busy winter season. And I know your team will be providing us with some impressive statistics at the end of the day on December 3rd on day one. So thanks, Vicki, and your
Keep
team.
doing it, Vic.
Quick question about the book. How many people come in or require or request a hard copy of this? Because I know years ago when I first moved to Wheaton, they were delivered to our door, and I know we don't do that anymore. But I'm curious how many people like to have this to look through them.
It really depends on the season. Spring is probably when we see the most traction of people coming in because it has summer camps in it. Margie, refresh my memory, how many do we have at the center?
Typically around 400 we print.
Oh, okay, so not a lot.
We used to print 35, 40,000.
Right.
And now so much of our business is done online now, but we do still get those requests. There are people who want to hold the book
Sure.
and review it and mark it up. So
Yeah,
we
I get
make
it.
that available for those folks.
Yeah, it's great, thank you.
Mike, we've never had any pushback, once we stop circulating all those thousands of copies, have we?
No, actually, I received more complaints from residents about the amount of paper we were creating and distributing throughout the community, to be honest.
So be it.
And what is our online registration percentage is high 90s, and I think 5 years ago it was probably closer to 60%, 50%. So that really, the world has really changed in that way. But we do want to provide a number of paper copies for those that still feel strongly about it. Because I really believe those people that want the paper copy, they're not registering for anything unless they get it. They're not using the technology.
All right.
Oh.
I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Vyers, second by Barrett. Mike, take the roll.
Commissioner Welker.
Yes.
Commissioner Vyers.
Yes.
Commissioner Pacharich.
Yes.
Commissioner Mee. Commissioner Barrett.
Yes.
President Kelly.
Yes.
We're adjourned.
Thanksgiving to all.
Yes, sir.